Here at Modscape, we are known as a one-stop contractor offering full-scope Siteworks packages on commercial construction sites. Let me explain further on how we can save you money and time through the efficiencies of dealing with one contractor. When you're managing a construction project, every decision about how you structure your contracts has a direct impact on how smoothly the job runs. One of the most consequential decisions you'll make is whether to split your Siteworks across multiple contractors or hand the whole scope to one. The case for a single Siteworks contractor is compelling, and once you've seen it work, it's hard to argue against it. Let's start with accountability. When one contractor owns all the Siteworks, there's nowhere to hide. If earthworks, drainage, pavements, and civil infrastructure all sit under the same contract, every problem has a single point of responsibility. Compare that to a fragmented approach where 3 or 4 contractors are working the same ground. The moment something goes wrong, you're stuck in a blame game. Each contractor points at the last one to touch the area. With a single contractor, that conversation ends before it starts. Communication is where projects quietly bleed time and money. Every interface between separate contractors is a potential breakdown. Site instructions get misinterpreted, information doesn't flow between teams, and decisions that should take an hour take a week because they require coordination across multiple organizations. When one contractor manages all Siteworks, the communication chain collapses to something much simpler. The project manager talks to one superintendent. Instructions flow down through one organization. Decisions get made faster and implemented without the friction of inter-contractor politics. Closely tied to communication is coordination overhead. On a typical project with multiple Siteworks contractors, your team is spending significant hours each week managing interfaces, running coordination meetings, and resolving sequencing conflicts. That's overhead that doesn't build anything. A single Siteworks contractor handles internal sequencing as a matter of course. They decide when earthworks hands over to drainage, when drainage gives way to pavement prep. That's their problem to solve, and a competent contractor solves it efficiently because it directly affects their own program and margins. The scheduling benefits flow naturally from that. A single contractor can sequence their own work to maximize plant utilization, keep crews productive, and avoid the dead time that comes when one trade is waiting on another. They can shift resources dynamically across the site without the need for contractual negotiations or formal instructions every time priorities change. That agility compresses the program. Projects move faster when the people doing the work control the full sequence. Cost savings come from several directions at once. Mobilization costs are incurred once. Site establishment, temporary facilities, safety inductions, and project management overhead are all consolidated. There's also a competitive dynamic when contractors price a full Siteworks package. A contractor who can see the whole scope can find efficiencies across it, value engineering solutions that only become visible when you look at the complete picture. When the scope is fragmented, each contractor optimizes their own slice and nobody optimizes the whole. Interface disputes are one of the most underestimated sources of cost and delay on construction projects. When 2 contractors are working adjacent scopes, disputes over defects at the boundary are almost inevitable. Who is responsible for the subgrade condition before pavement goes down? Who caused the drainage damage? These disputes generate claims, delay resolution, and sometimes end up in formal dispute processes that cost far more than the original issue. A single contractor owns every interface. There's no one to dispute with. Quality standards are also easier to maintain under a unified contractor. They establish their own quality systems, their own inspection and test plans, and they apply them consistently across the entire Siteworks scope. When multiple contractors are involved, quality regimes differ, handover inspections become contentious, and defect liability gets murky at the boundaries. One contractor, one quality standard, one set of expectations. Finally, consider the administrative load on your project team. Managing multiple contracts means multiple sets of progress claims, variations, RFIs, program submissions, and insurance certificates. Every additional contract multiplies the administrative burden on your team. Consolidating Siteworks into a single contract cuts that workload significantly and lets your team focus on managing outcomes rather than processing paperwork. The evidence is consistent across project types and scales. Single contractor Siteworks delivery reduces disputes, compresses programs, lowers total cost, and makes the project manager's job fundamentally more manageable. If you're scoping a project now, take a hard look at where your Siteworks boundaries are drawn. Consolidating that scope under one experienced contractor could be the single most impactful procurement decision you make. Get the right contractor, give them the full scope, and let them do what they do best. If you would like to find out more on how Modscape can give you that extra edge over your competitors, please reach out today on 0800 454760.